The Chicago Bulls have had a tumultuous season. They haven't seen the results they would have liked from their core group of players, which includes Lonzo Ball, who they haven't seen at all this season due to unfortunate injuries. Things seemed to reach a boiling point last week in a 150 to 126 loss on the road to a team in the Minnesota Timberwolves that has struggled plenty all year long with living up to expectations of their own. Chicago followed that loss to the Timberwolves up with a 10-point win on the road in Miami and followed that game up with a close win over the Atlanta Hawks thanks to a game winner from DeMar DeRozan. Keep that one in mind. Now, Bulls head coach Billy Donovan told media before Friday night's game against the New York Knicks that teams can talk in their locker rooms about fixing problems all they want, but until they show it on the court, nobody on the outside is going to care. Chicago's begun doing just this, putting it together on the court and in a meaningful way. This continued Friday night at Madison Square Garden, where the Bulls had a 7-point lead after the first quarter of action, and all signs were pointing towards a third straight win for Chicago. However, RJ Barrett and the Knicks had other plans. The Knicks had sophomore wing Quentin Grimes back after he missed a game with an ankle injury, and with his defense and the offense of Julius Randle and especially RJ Barrett, New York rallied back and won the second quarter by 9 points. This gave them a 2-point lead at the half. RJ Barrett had 26 points at the break, and just about everything was clicking for the home team Knicks. Now, both teams were hitting tough shots and playing a very tough style that fueled a riveting back and forth game that lasted all the way down the stretch. Now, it was late in the fourth quarter. RJ Barrett had tallied over 40 points. The Knicks had all but locked up their victory at home, and fans were as loud as they had been all night long. Then, everything changed just like that. Quentin Grimes went 0 for 2 from the free throw line with about a minute remaining, and even though RJ Barrett scored a pivotal bucket to get himself the 44 points on the night, those who thought the late game execution by New York couldn't get any worse were proven wrong when Jalen Brunson also went 0 for 2 at the free throw line. With the Knicks up just 1, Chicago had 6 seconds left to make any sort of shot, and the game was theirs. Now, the ball went into DeMar DeRozan, the team's designated clutch shot maker, and despite a suffocating contest from stud defender Quentin Grimes, DeRozan found nothing but net. Not only did the energy that was so present just seconds before disappear in a moment's notice, but the air seemed to as well. There was just a dry stillness as Knicks fans tipped their cap to DeRozan for his skill and headed for the exits. I asked Tom Thibodeau post-game about the unfortunate quadruplet of missed free throws that were a part of New York's 11 missed free throws Friday night out of 26 attempts. His answer was consistent with the message he sent to the team all throughout their 8-game win streak. Keep it rolling, keep it focused on the next opponent.
Misses are part of the game. And, the challenge right now is to make sure that we have urgency when we play. And, it's the time of the year too where you can get distracted, and you can't allow anything to distract you from getting ready to play. And it's difficult. I like the challenge of it. This is the third time we played them in a very short amount of time. So I knew it would be this type of game, and then we have to take a look at what we can do better. So learn from it, come back with more of a determination. And understand that sometimes that is the difference. It's a loose ball, and a scramble. You come up with a loose ball and you're up 3, and it's different. You make your free throws, but the missed shots are part of the game.
The Bulls became the first team in NBA history to have 3 players each score 20-plus points in 4 straight games, and they're on their first 3-game win streak of this season. New York's next chance to get back to their winning ways from their win streak will come on many basketball fans' favorite day of the year in Christmas. The 76ers will be in New York City to tip off at Madison Square Garden at 12 noon. Something tells me that with how many times Thibodeau mentioned post-game that the team had an early start in their next game, that they're going to be ready for it. To find out how that one goes for these Knickerbockers, make sure you stay tuned to WFUV's coverage of the Knicks all year long here on our YouTube channel and across all of our socials.